Good morning, crime community. I'm here to read a little bit about Percy Blysshe Shelley. This is called Invocation to Misery, published by Medwin, the Athenaeum, September 8, 1932, reprinted as Misery, a Fragment by Mrs. Shelley, Political Works, 1839, first edition. Our text is that of 1839. A pencil copy of this poem is amongst the Shelley manuscripts at the Bodleian Library. To see Mr. C.D. Lockock's examination, etc., 1903. Come, be happy, sit near me, shadow-vested misery, coy, unwilling, silent bride, mourning in thy robe of pride, desolation defied. Come, be happy, sit near me, sad as I may seem to thee, I am happier far than thou, lady whose imperial brow is indimmed with woe. Misery, we have known each other like a sister and a brother, living in the same lone home. Many years we must live some, hours or ages yet to come. 'Tis an evil lot, and yet let us make the best of it. If love can live when pleasure dies, we too will live, till in our eyes this heart's hell seems paradise. Come, be happy, lie thee down, come the fresh grass newly mown. There the grasshopper doth sing merrily one joyous thing in a world of sorrowing. There our tent shall be the willow, and mine arm shall be thy pillow. Sounds in order, sorrowful, because they once were sweet, shall lull to us slumber, sleep and dull. Ha, the frozen pulses flutter with the love thou darest not utter. Thou art murmuring, thou art weeping, in thine icy bosom leaping, while some burning hearts lie sleeping. Kiss me, oh, thy lips are cold, rock my neck, thine arms unfold. They are soft but chill and dead, and the tears upon my head burn like points of frozen lead. Hasten to the bridal bed, underneath the grave 'tis spread, in darkness may our love be hid, oblivion be our coverlid, we may rest and none forbid. Clasp me till our hearts be grown, like two shadows into one, till this dreadful transport may, like a vapor, fade away, in the sleep that lasts alway. We may dream in that long sleep, we that are not those who weep, even as pleasure dreams of thee, life's deserting misery, they must dream of her with me. Let us laugh and make our mirth as the shadows of the earth, as dogs bay the moonlight clouds, like the specters wrapped in shrouds, pass o'er nights in multitudes. Alas, the wide world besides us, show like multitudinous puppets passing from a scene, but the mockery can they mean? Where am I? Where hast thou been? This is called The Woodman and the Nightingale, published in part 1 through 67 by Mrs. Shelley, posthumous poems 1824, the remainder by Dr. Garnett, relics on Shelley 1862. A woodman whose rough heart was out of tune, I think such hearts yet never came to good, hated to hear under the stars or moon, one nightingale in her interflorious wood, satiate the hunger dark with melody, and a vale is watered by a flood, or as the moonlight fills the open sky, struggles with darkness as a tuberose, peoples some Indian dell with scents which lie, like clouds above the flower from which they rose, the singing of that happy nightingale in his sweetest forest from the golden close of evening till the star of dawn may fail, with interfused upon the silentness, the folded roses and the violets pale. Heard her within her slumbers, the abyss of heaven with all its planets, the dull ear of the night cradled earth, the loneliness of the circumfluous waters, every phrase and every flower and beam and cloud and wave, and every wind of every mute atmosphere, and every beast stretched in its rugged cave, and every bird lulled on its mossy bough, and every silver moth fresh from the grave, which is its cradle ever from below, aspiring like one who loves too fair too far to be consumed with the purest glow of one serene and unapproached star, as if it were a lamp of earthly light, unconscious of some form lovers are, itself how low, how high, beyond all heights, the heaven where it would perish, and every form that worshipped in the temple of the night was awed in delight, and by the charm girl girt as was an interminable zone, whilst the sweet bird, whose music was a storm, its sound shook forth the dull oblivion. Out of their dreams harmony became love in every soul but one. And so this man returned with axe and saw, and evening close from killing all the tall treen, the soul of whom by nature's gentle law was each a wood nymph and kept evergreen, the pavement and the roof of the wild corpse, checkering the sunlight of the blue serene, with jagged leaves, and from the forest tops, singing the winds to sleep, or sweeping oft fast showers and aerial water drops into their mother's bosom, sweet and soft, nature's pure tears which have no bitterness, around the cradles of the birds aloft. They spread themselves into the loveliness of fan-like leaves over pallid flowers, hang like moist clouds, or where high branches kiss, making a green space among the silent bowers, like the vast fane of the metropolis, surrounded by the columns and the towers, all overwrought like branch-like terraces, in which there is religion and the mute persuasion of unkindled melodies, odors and gleams and murmurs, which the lute of the blind pilot spirit of the blast stirs as it sails, now grave and now acute, wakening the leaves and waves ere it has passed to such brief unison as on the brain, one tone which never can recur has cast, one accent never to return again. The world is full of woodmen who expel love's gentle dryads from the haunts of life and vex the nightingales in the dale. I'll read maybe one more poem or so. Let's see here. Sonnet published by Mrs. Shelley, posthumous poems, 1824. Lifted not the painted veil which whose live call life, whose unreal shapes be pictured there, and is but mimic, would believe, with colors idly spread, behind lurk fear and hope, twin destinies, who ever weave their shadows o'er the chasm, slightless and drear. I knew who had lifted it, he sought, for his lost heart was tender things to love, but found them not, alas, nor was there aught the world contains the which he could approve. Through the unheeding may he did prove the splendor among the lights, a bright blot among this gloomy scene, a spirit that strove for truth, and like the preacher, found it not. Fragment to Byron, published by Dr. Garnett, Relics of Shelley, 1862. O mighty wind in those deep streamless age, shakes like a reed in the unheeding storm, with dost thou curb not thine own sacred rage? Fragment, The Margin's Lake, published by W.M. Rossetti, 1870. The fierce beasts of the woods and wilderness track not the steps of him who drinks of it, for the light breezes, which forever fleet around its margin, hand heapen sand thereon. Fragment of My Head is Wild with Weeping, published by W.M. Rossetti in 1870. My head is wild with weeping for a grief, which is the shadow of a gentle mind. I walk into the air, but no relief, to seek her happily if I sought, to find I came unsought, to wonder what is achieved among men's spirits could be cold and blind. Fragment, A Vine Shroud, published by in 1870. Flourishing vine whose kindling clusters glow beneath the autumn sun, none taste of thee, for thou dost shroud a ruin, and below the rotting bones of dead antiquity. I think we'll leave this for another day. It will lead us into more poems by Mrs. Shelley and Mr. Shelley. Again, we pray for peace in the short life that we have here. I'm making tremendous headway in my historical references to what's going on, but I can't share that at this moment. So we pray for the peace of the children and the women who know damn well they got their rights from these people that with these writings, which stood up against the aristocracy, which apparently we're still doing to this day. So like and share and pay for priests for the women and children.